So, I recently started playing The Witcher, and I would kind of like to describe my experience with it so far. So, let's get right to it. The game is great. There are two things that I mainly want to say are great up to this point. I mainly started playing it because I really need some game that was challenging again, and not in the just gameplay challenge, but in the mentally challenging thing. Yeah, that probably also is about disabled if you're, but anyway. And that it does really well. There it really is constant the question of what you want versus what you want to want. In this I mean, for instance, one of the very first questions the game asks you is how to reply to... Don't worry, this isn't a spoiler, this is, I don't know, 5 minutes in, so yeah, really not a spoiler. And it doesn't mean anything, at least I think so. But the first question then is, a kid does something that she shouldn't have done. And then she says, oh, I'm sorry. And then the options you have are, don't do it again, or sorry isn't enough. This was a really hard one, because I wanted to say, don't do it again, because, well, that's what you want to say, and that's what the kid wants to hear. On the other hand, I also know from experience that that does jack shit. So, I wanted to say, don't do it again, but, well, I shouldn't say that. And, yeah. Things like that. Those are really, well, those are really tough questions, and those were really the thing I was looking for again. The second great thing is the combat. It's good combat, and I'm saying good, it might become great later on, I'm still learning it, so when I say good now, it might be amazing, I'm just not used to it. But, yeah, good combat that you want to avoid. Not because it's bad or something, because the combat is a lot of fun, but is it worth it to get into combat with these people? Because most of the time I think, no it isn't. You don't want to get in combat with people. Because it's just not worth it. The potions you make, the oils you need, the damage it does to your sword and to your swords and your armor, it's just not worth it most of the time to get into combat. You try to avoid combat while the combat is a lot of fun, so that does keep the combat fresh all the time because you don't get overexposed to it. There are some things I am worried about, sadly though. For instance, at the start you start as a jack of all trades. You are good enough with swords, with quick attacks, strong attacks, dodging, shooting the crossbow, and another thing, you are sort of good with potions, oils and the like, and have all the magic stuff, kind of. But I'm afraid that, well, with the amount of points I don't know yet how many points the game will give, so I might be wrong on this, but with how many points the game gives you, and how many slots you have for them, which is pretty much set, which is just 12, I fear that, yeah, at some point you'll really be narrowed down to what you are good at, what you are good enough at, to actually make any use out of it. So, yeah, I fear that the game will force you to become too specialized, which will lead to everything feeling the exact same. So yeah, that's kind of a thing I do worry about. And another niggle I do have is the crossbow sucks. Okay, first off, they start to bind it to the scroll wheel button. Why on earth the scroll wheel button? That's not a button that is comfortable to use in anything. I mean, bind it to, I don't know, something else. I mean, you select it in the same window as you select the spells. Maybe not be able to have both a spell and a crossbow equipped, and just quickly switch between them and use the also the spell button for it. But okay, that's one thing. I mean, you can just rebind it, but then we still have the problem of why. I mean, for one, it does no damage. I don't have a lot of upgrades or special bolts for it yet, so it might become good then. I also don't have the perks for it, but I don't see a reason to use them at this point. But it also has such a stupid arc. I mean, this just has to do... Every game has a different arc for the bow, so I might just need to get used to it, but it really feels bad. I don't know, maybe it becomes better later on. I mean, at this point I also have no idea what I'm supposed to use it for. I mean, I use it against the thing they give you it for, and then why use it? Because it does no damage, it doesn't seem to do anything really all that useful for you. It just takes up time to shoot, so yeah. Kinda worried that it won't... Yeah, I'm just kinda worried about it. And yeah, that pretty much is my experience up to now. The story and everything is great, the combat is great. I mean, I love it, I just worry about a couple things. So yeah, up to this point, I recommend it. And then another quick thing, I saw Let's Plays of the first two games, and I don't know how much it adds to actually play them, but having seen them does add quite a lot. I mean, you know, some things well, they're more references than anything else at this point, but yeah, they are... I mean, for one, you know why your horse is called Roach, you get that. I mean, it's not important, but it adds quite a bit. But yeah, so far, great game, I just worry a bit. So, let's hope my worries won't be realized, and, or however you want to say it, yeah. This has been Vinix, saying farewell.